What makes a good father? Is it someone who's always there for you, or someone who trusts you to stand on your own? Goku's legacy as a father has sparked debate for several years. In terms of his children, do they look at him as a father, or someone who is true to their fighting instinct, born to a race that is a slave to battle?
You ain't never got a side of me. I'm everything that I strive to be. So do I love life, yeah.
What? Daddy?
Take care of your mother for me. She needs you. Tell her that I had to do this, Gohan.
Daddy!
Goodbye, my son.
One of the most controversial topics within the anime community is the development of someone absent/nefarious parents, especially fathers. Majority of anime when dealing with that trope is just straightforward. There's two choices. A, you're the best father ever. Or B, you're just a straight up asshole. However, in certain instances, we observe that those who initially appear to be dreadful eventually evolve into better individuals within the trope. And Goku is definitely the heat of the debate when it comes to fatherhood. 4 years, and I mean 4 years, people have been talking about this. High school cafeteria, the hood, bruh, you name it. Punching Gohan, giving Cell a sense of being absent in his kids' lives. Folks were genuinely tweaking trying to get that point across. But is Goku really a bad father? That's what we're going to find out today, with two different exhibits to support points and relevance on whether he's lovable or he's a deadbeat. And we start with Exhibit A, which are the negatives of Goku. One of Goku's biggest hobbies throughout his life is fighting and training. You can argue that it's Saiyan nature, honestly, but the way he loves fighting is just absurd. Like, bro, listen, he left his entire family and friends as an excuse to train Oob for half a decade. No goodbyes or anything. He just told him he was gonna go train Oob like he's going to the corner store. And that's just one of the many excuses that he gave to avoid his responsibilities just to fulfill his greediness towards fighting. Gohan could be graduating and he's gonna leave mid-graduation to have a sparring match with Vegeta. That's the type of greed they be talking about in the Bible because that's what Goku represents. Yeah, he sacrificed himself for the greater good when he just had a child, but living your newborn with the same dude who was trying to kill you a couple of years ago. Yeah, I don't know, man. You had Roach and Krillin posted up ready to take care of your son, but instead you let Piccolo shape up a traumatized infant into the wild. Like, please, look at him. Are these injuries even possible? Gohan really had it rough, man. I might make a video on this character. And then there's the infamous, iconic scene that sent fans down in a spiral, the sense of being seen. And you know what? At that time, it's completely understandable because, bro, you weakened the dude after a good sparring match. You send your son over to finish him, but nah, hold on. Hey, Cell, catch this.
Goku, what the hell?
What's this? A perk?
A sense of being, Cell, so you get back on your feet.
Dumbass. Don't mind if I do.
Lord save us, has he lost it?
Nah, I got a 13-leg parlay on my offspring. He got this. I hope you know that this moment caused chaos. This scene had niggas rage like they were one off a 24-leg parlay and it didn't go through. Even though Gohan won, it felt wrong because the Cell games could have gone much smoother. And on top of his mistake, he had to sacrifice himself, which was in vain, but we got one of the most iconic moments of the anime manga. It's nice, but come on, man, like, after that, he was pretty much gone for about 7 years, which makes it incredibly difficult for a mother like Chi-Chi to maintain super kids. Even though it was meant to keep her safe, which I completely understand. And then you got the kids who don't have a proper father figure to follow. You can call Piccolo, I guess, but he feels more of an uncle. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro, he probably doesn't even know how old his kids are, which is embarrassing, but I'll let it go for now because those were the major negative points of his fatherhood. But that doesn't mean the end of it because there's also positive factors of his fatherhood, which is what Exhibit B explores. I think that what most people tend to forget is that the Saiyan race, when it came down to fatherhood, were often depicted as rough, primarily due to their warrior culture and emphasis on strength. King Vegeta took pride in Vegeta because he had a good power level. Paragus raised Broly out of revenge as a weapon without caring for his emotional state. And then you got Vegeta being also harsh towards Trunks due to their same lineage. You get where I'm going with this. You could say the same with Bardock, but it's clear that he was quite open about it because he did say that he wanted to say something for once in his life. And so, in Goku's behalf, despite being softer, he still angrily pushes his nature towards his children, expecting them to do better than him. And that's what he was guided through his entire life, if we're honest, because the closest he had to a father figure was Grandpa Gohan, which he accidentally killed and since then had to learn about the world on his own. He had Roshi too, but those two were more mentors than fathers to him. So pretty much, he was basically Tarzan, but without the animals, and Jane. But it didn't take much of a toll on him because he named Gohan after his grandpa, which Gohan also liked, hence showing how he considers his kids' priorities over his. Goku loves his family more than anything in the world, hence him pushing Gohan. He didn't just train him, but he also spent genuine time with him. And he was right. Seeing his son's potential, he knew he had to push him as he's happy to know that he has a successor. And some of you might just think, oh, but Gohan didn't want any of this. And I agree, but has Goku ever had the chance to hear his son's true thoughts? I bet your ass didn't think of that. He was either saving the world or dead. He didn't have much of a choice. And Cell Saga is where Goku finally acknowledges Gohan's true feelings. Piccolo tells him how Gohan doesn't want to box niggas every day like he's clocking it on a 12-hour shift. He's just a kid willing to live and learn in peace without having to harm anyone. In fact, it was Gohan himself who wanted to push himself during training, which Goku misunderstood his motivation with his love of fighting. This misunderstanding continued when Goku gave Cell a Sensubin, thinking Gohan wanted to fight at full strength. Eventually, Piccolo helps Goku understand Gohan's true nature, in which he had toned by sacrificing himself and helping Gohan against Cell. And mind you, this is the second time he lost his life saving the world, at the cost of missing his children's growth, which is pretty sad. But he had faith in the next generation, hence him training them in case he's not there to save them from trouble. And that's a clear aspect with Goten and Trunks, especially Goten as he's never met him before. And what makes it so special about meeting Goten is how the scene was initiated. Despite everything that Gohan went through in his life, he describes to his brother that Goku is like an angel, which shows on how Chi-Chi and him have never once thought of him as a bad person. Plus, there's a bonus scene that shows that he cares in Super, which is the first episode. After Hercule gives Goku 100 million Zenny, god damn, 100 million Zenny, that's a lot of money, bro. But anyways, Goku implies that now Gohan can finally study as much as he wants to, which literally shows his maturity and support and him conceding to his son's wishes. So now that you heard all of this, is Goku really a bad father? He's lame as hell. I'm joking, for real. Goku may not be the best, but based on his upbringing and circumstances, he is an amazing father even before enemies had come down to cause problems, and he's someone who has learned from his mistakes and unground them for the sake of his family, and nobody can deny that. Super may have had made him more of a joke, but we all know that Goku is not a bad father.